Let them eat cake.
That's such nonsense. I would never say that.
Welcome to MsMojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 movies with historically inaccurate premises.
Grandma, it's me, Anastasia.
Brother.
For this list, we'll be looking at historically based movies that take the term based on a true story a little too liberally. While we would never expect a film to be 100% accurate, some of these factual hiccups are just downright undefendable. Which of these flicks do you think commit the biggest historical flub? Let us know in the comments. Number 10. Amadeus. Wolfgang Amadeus Mozart is regarded as one of the best composers of all time, so it's plausible that he had some haters during his lifetime. This hypothesis is the basis for the 1984 period piece Amadeus, which suggests there was a rivalry between Mozart and composer Antonio Salieri.
It's not indecent. It's highly immoral, Majesty.
Having died at the age of 35, it's been a long-standing theory that he was murdered, and the film suggests that Salieri plotted it. However, there's no hard evidence proving that the two were enemies.
I'm so ashamed.
Of what?
I was foolish. I thought you did not care for my work. Or me.
The play that the film is based on, Mozart and Salieri, by Alexander Pushkin, took it a step further and depicted Salieri murdering the magic flute composer. But these inaccuracies didn't stop the film from winning an Academy Award for Best Picture.
Is it not good?
It is miraculous.
Number 9. Argo. Directed and starring Ben Affleck, 2012's Argo may be based on a true story, but to call it factual is a stretch.
You want to set up a movie in a week, you want to lie to Hollywood, a town where everybody lies for a living, then you're going to sneak 007 over here into a country that wants CIA blood on their breakfast cereal, and you're going to walk the Brady Bunch out of the most watched city in the world.
The thriller is adapted from CIA officer Tony Mendez's book, The Master of Disguise. The material centers on how the author and his team pulled off the heroic rescue of American diplomats in Iran by going undercover as a film crew from Canada in the 80s. The film received a fair bit of backlash for underplaying Canada's prominent role in the operation. It also depicts Britain and New Zealand as refusing to help the United States when in reality they collaborated with Canada. Even former American President Jimmy Carter called out the film for giving too much credit to the CIA.
Involved in what? We were as surprised as anybody. Thank you, Canada.
Number 8. The Sound of Music. The hills are alive with the sound of music and lies.
All right, now who's going to be the first one to tell me the truth? Friedrich? Brigitte? Liesel?
The beloved musical, The Sound of Music, is based on a book from the real-life Maria von Trapp. The cinematic adaptation took many liberties with the story, leaving out the fact that Maria and the captain had 3 more children together. However, the most significant change is the ending. During the iconic finale, Maria and her new family escape Austria and the Nazis by travelling over the Swiss Alps. In reality, the family escaped through Italy, travelling by train and not on foot.
Something wrong with your car, Captain?
Yes, as a matter of fact, we couldn't get it started.
Number 7. Anastasia. One of the biggest conspiracy theories in history is the truth surrounding the murder of the Russian imperial family, the Romanovs.
Although the Tsar did not survive, one daughter may be still alive.
The Princess Anastasia!
But please do not repeat.
For decades, these rumours of a lost Romanov daughter ran wild. Many came forward years later claiming to be her, and this theory was the premise of the 1997 movie Anastasia.
Yeah, I guess every lonely girl would hope she's a princess.
And somewhere, one little girl is.
But in reality, the film deviated from the truth. First, Anastasia wasn't a princess, but a Grand Duchess. Also, the film's villain, Rasputin, was actually super close with the family, and the entire timeline of the film is way off. The most significant fabrication is that in 1991, DNA proved that the real Anastasia did die during that tragic event in 1918.
No, nobody ever told me I had to prove I was the Grand Duchess.
Look,
Show up, yes, look nice, fine, but lie?
Number 6. Shakespeare in Love. 2011's Anonymous takes the mystery of William Shakespeare's life and asks, what if? But long before that film, there was 1998's Shakespeare in Love, and as you can guess from the title, it's all about his love life.
Who is she this time?
She is always Aphrodite.
Aphrodite Baggett, who does it behind the dog and trumpet.
Henslow, you have no soul, so how can you understand the emptiness that seeks a soulmate?
While the filmmakers never claimed to be making an accurate depiction of the bard, there are still some facts they completely glossed over. For example, the dates mentioned in the dialogue are all over the place.
You lie. You lie by this river as you lied in my bed.
The film's end depicts a character leaving England for an American colony in 1593, which didn't even exist yet. Also, Queen Elizabeth never attended a performance at an Elizabethan theatre. Instead, players travelled to her. We'd probably need to make another video to get through all of the Shakespeare in Love's false truths.
This is a different one. A different one you haven't written?
Was this the face?
Number 5. Marie Antoinette. When Sofia Coppola's biopic Marie Antoinette was released in 2006, it became acclaimed for its use of costumes and makeup. Costume designer Milena Canonero even won an Oscar for replicating the 18th century French queen's wardrobe.
Oh, Leonard, you're the best. It's not too much, is it?
But like any biopic, only some things are spot on. For instance, the soundtrack features tracks from modern bands like The Cure, The Stokes, and Bow Wow Wow. The film, which takes place in the 1700s, also includes a shot of lavender Converse sneakers, which did not exist at the time. That being said, Coppola's approach to the film values aesthetics over facts. This bold move deserves major credit for shaking up the biopic genre.
Applause is not usually permitted at court performances.
Why not? It was wonderful. Clap, clap, clap.
Number 4. Braveheart. 1995's Braveheart has become an award-winning film thanks to its epic battle scenes. However, the Mel Gibson directed and led piece could have been a better history lesson.
I will invade England and defeat the English on their own ground.
Invade? That's impossible.
It depicts the rebellion of William Wallace, a warrior determined to free Scotland from mighty England. The title alone makes viewers believe it was a nickname for Wallace, but it's actually attributed to Robert the Bruce.
You have bled with Wallace! Now bleed with me!
Everything from the weaponry to the blue face paint is also inaccurate. But one of the most significant errors is the iconic Battle of Stirling Bridge scene, which doesn't even feature a bridge.
All right, lads! I'm not dying for these bastards! Let's go home!
Number 3. Pearl Harbor. When Michael Bay set out to direct 2001's Pearl Harbor, it seemed that he was more interested in creating an action-packed war epic rather than a true story.
But I know why I'm here. To be a pilot. And you don't dogfight with manuals. You don't fly with gauges. I mean, it's all about feeling and speed, letting that plane become like a part of your body.
The movie focuses on the bombing of a Hawaiian military base by the Imperial Japanese Navy Air Service in 1941, and stars Ben Affleck and Kate Beckinsale. Affleck's character, Captain Rafe McCauley, offers to fight alongside a British squadron, but as an American pilot, that would have been a big no-no.
Just a few British pilots are all that stand between Hitler and total victory in Europe. They're gonna need all the help they can get.
Yes, sir. Well, I'm on my way.
Just for the record, I'm supposed to ask you to reconsider.
Besides that, the technology of some of the planes featured in the film wasn't even available at the time of the attack.
We're gonna believe.
We're gonna make America believe, too.
Number 2. Alexander. 2004's Alexander was made with a whopping $155 million, but it seemed most of that money went towards cinematic elements rather than fact-checking. The Oliver Stone epic about ancient Macedonian king Alexander the Great is riddled with false facts that leave audiences wondering if any of it is based on the truth.
I never believed in his dream. None of us did. That's the truth of his life. The dreamers exhaust us.
Many important moments, such as significant battles, are entirely missing. Stone even confessed that he mashed some battles together due to time constraints.
40,000 I come over with 8 years ago. And we marched after you more than 10,000 miles. In the rain, in the sun, we fought for you. Some of us, 50 battles we've been in.
One of the most talked about aspects of the film was Alexander's sexuality, even though historians aren't 100% sure how he identified. In fact, upon the film's release, 25 Greek threatened to sue Stone for suggesting the ruler was bisexual.
All I know is I trust only you in this world. I've missed you. I need you. It is you I love, Hephaestion. No other.
Before we unveil our top pick, here are a few honourable mentions. 300. Spartans would be really upset to know their legacy was tarnished on film.
This is blasphemy! This is madness! Madness. This is Sparta!
JFK. The Washington Post once called this flick America's most dangerous movie.
We're talking about our government here.
No, we're talking about a crime bill, pure and simple. Y'all gotta start thinking on a different level, like the CIA does. Now, we're through the looking glass here, people. White is black, and black is white.
Newsies. Now is the time to seize the day and get your facts straight.
My father taught us not to lie.
Yeah, well, mine told me not to starve, so we both got an education.
You're just making up things. All these headlines.
Don't do nothing the guys who write it don't do. Anyway, it ain't lying, it's just improving the truth a little.
The Greatest Showman. P.T. Barnum is portrayed as a hero, but in reality, he was more of a villain.
And now you're giving up on us, too. Maybe you are a fraud. Maybe it was just about making a buck.
Titanic. Titanic may have broken records, but it's hardly a history lesson.
I'm not an idiot. I know how the world works. I've got $10 in my pocket. I have nothing to offer you, and I know that.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications.
Number 1. Pocahontas. While Disney is known for making cinema's most magical stories, its take on the story Pocahontas is straight up problematic.
It's Pocahontas.
What's wrong? Is she all right?
I think she's in trouble.
Released in 1995, the animated musical tells a fantasy version of Amunute or Matawarka, aka Pocahontas, a Powhatan woman. The film depicts her as an adult during the founding of the Jamestown colony in the 1600s, but she was only around 10 or 11 at the time. It also shows a romance between her and colonizer John Smith.
Daughter, stand back.
I won't! I love him, Father.
In reality, she ended up marrying a man named John Rolfe. The film ends with Smith leaving and Pocahontas staying with her tribe. The truth is, she ended up in England with Rolfe, and during her return to America, she fell ill and died before turning 22.
Enough, Father.
Do you agree with our picks? Check out this other recent clip from MsMojo. And be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.